crochet, and that is Tunisian crochet. Tunisian crochet will also require some kind of a yarn and a crochet hook. The result of that Tunisian crochet looks pretty much like a crochet piece. That's why it's called Tunisian crochet. But the way to do it reminds me more of knitting. And the reason is that we, like with crochet, we always have one loop around our hook here. You know, one loop of yarn around the hook. In between stitches, there's always only one. And with Tunisian crochet, we have many, you know, as many as you want. So the whole width of our piece will be as little loops here on the crochet hook. That's why the Tunisian crochet hook, I mean, you can buy them extra and whatnot. They have like a little cable attached to that with a little button at the end. So you can have real, like the width of a jacket or something. But for just showing you, I will just do that with a regular crochet hook, so you have an idea of how it is, and if you are interested in, you can explore it a little further. So the first thing is, same as crochet, we will do a row of chain stitches. So I have like 5 stitches here now, and now I want to do start with my actual crochet, the Tunisian crochet, and it is similar to what we do on a half stitch, and that is we go into our loop here and we grab one of the yarns that is wrapped around my finger. For a regular half stitch, we would now grab our yarn and pull it through. But with Tunisian crochet, we don't do that. We leave that loop here on our crochet hook. So our next one will be the next loop here. So we go into our chain stitch, we grab the yarn and we leave it on our crochet hook. Then again, we go in, grab it, leave it on the crochet hook. And again, go in and leave it on the crochet hook. So we have 5 loops on our hook now. So this is very different. It is, as I said, kind of an in-between, like knitting, where you have a lot of loops on your needle, and crochet, where you use a hook and you only have one loop around the needle. So now my next row, and that is also different with Tunisian crochet, is that we don't turn our work over. We always work on the same side. So with knitting and with crochet, you know, we do the height loop here, then we put, you know, we turn it over and we are on the back side, and then we go to the front and then the back and the front again. Same with knitting, you know, we knit to the end, then we turn it around and we knit to that end. But with Tunisian crochet, we always stay on this side and build it up. So you always have a significant, like a right side. So once I have established all the loops that I want to have for my width of the piece, then I go in and I will grab the loop, go through my first one, grab the loop, go through 2, grab the loop, go to another 2, grab the loop, go to another 2, grab the loop and go through my last 2. So only the very first one goes through 1 loop, all the others go through 2 loops. So I'll show you again. The way to do it, the first row we always build up loops, and the second row is we eliminate the loops. Then we build up loops again, we eliminate them. So as we go from right to left, we build up loops, and that's what we are doing now. So you see the loop in the front here. We ignore the first one, but the second one we go in only through that loop here, and we grab the yarn and pull it through. Then we do that with the next one. We go in here, we grab the yarn and pull it through. Then we go through the next one, pull it through, and the last one, and pull it through. So we have 5 loops on our needle. Like, always make sure that you have the same amount of loops as you go and make your piece grow. So I show you again the second row now. I grab my yarn and pull it through the first loop, only through the first one and only. Then from now on, I grab my yarn and pull it through my first and the second. Then I grab it through the second and third. Then I grab it through the third and the fourth. Then I grab it through the fourth and the fifth. Okay, so here comes row number 1 again. I go in, not through the very first one, but the second one here, and only the front one. So I grab that front yarn and loop it all the way through. I grab my front, loop it all the way through. Front, all the way through. Front, all the way through. So you can see that it builds up pretty nicely, and you know, depending on what needle size you have, what thickness you have, how the yarn is, and so on, it can be pretty dense, which is a good thing depending on what you want to do. But then also, if you want a flowy, thin, more lacy looking result, crochet is always a little more challenging than knitting. Knitting can be a little finer. So, but if you pump up the needle size, like what I do here, I have a really thick hook, the crochet hook, and a relatively thin yarn. So, you know, that combination makes it also like not too thick. So this is basically the result, what we get in a Tunisian crochet, and this will always be our front side. The back side looks quite different. It looks more like a knitted pearl, you know, the back side of a pearl knit. It also all those little loops. So this is just a little extra video that I made for you, so you can totally ignore it or give it a try if you've done some crocheting and your fingers haven't fallen off yet. So it's kind of a fun idea. So the crochet, the Tunisian crochet piece that I am working on right now is a longer piece. So this is my front. And so everything is a little smaller now in scale. So you see how the stitches are very similar to the one I just showed you. I alternated the color at first for the first few rows here. So you can, you know, you have a lot of options throughout the whole piece. And this here is my Tunisian crochet needle that has the hook like any other crochet needles. It does not have a thicker part here where they usually write down the size of it. You know, it's kind of like stamped into the end here so that the yarn pieces will slide down, and then it continues into that cable that ends in a little button here, like a wood button. So this is a very long needle, and so I can make, you know, any width that I want. So just wanted to show you a piece that I'm working on. The back side, as I said before, looks like a pearl knitted kind of a piece.